Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is never give a mouth breather any light. And I say you shouldn't do that because what you're going to do is exasperate a behavior that's already pervasive. And that basically is being a prisoner of the moment. So what you have to do is with a mouth breather, you're going to have to challenge them and hold them accountable for certain views that they held or still hold subconsciously. You have to challenge them on that because in holding them accountable, you're really encouraging them to start critically thinking. This is very important because now we're seeing certain restrictions being lifted when it comes to so-called COVID. Canada is about to open back up irrespective of whether you've gotten any records that you've had the vaccine or not. But see, with a mouth breather, they forget all this because when the country got locked down in March of 2020 and all the mayors got together like de Blasio of New York, or you had the governor of New Jersey, you had Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, Lori Loughlin in Chicago, etc. You had all these people get together. So when the holidays came around, what were they doing? They were discouraging family gatherings. Oh, don't do that. And who was pushing this then? When Trump was president, you had Dr. Deborah Birx and Dr. Anthony Trust the Science Fauci, the same doctor who ended up with the very so-called virus that he's supposed to know so much about. Not to mention the current Pfizer, the CEO, Albert Bourla. He's gotten COVID not once but twice in 6 weeks. Make it make sense. So you have to challenge people because there's too much qualitative information out here. Too much. We're seeing something that is continuing over and over again. Just like when AIDS came out, and what were they promoting? AZT. But AZT was taking out people. And you're seeing right now, you're getting all these shots, all these boosters, and you still can get it. Even the so-called president who said, and I quote, the pandemic is over. So what was Joe Biden's follow-up in typical sucker fashion? What'd he do? You give a State of the Union address and you forget where the exit is. Make it make sense. So now that you can have get-togethers, what's going to end up happening is that you'll always have that one uncle, Uncle Tony, I'm going to call him, who's been smart all of 72 hours, and let mentor teach you how to deal with someone who wants to blurt this out their mouth. Well, I hear everything you're saying, but let me play devil's advocate for a minute. Soon as they say that, this is when you let them know that you are an intellectual pugilist and you show and prove. How you do it when they go that, one thing a mouth breather is known to do, they will always bring feelings to a fact fight. So all you have to do is, oh, okay, that's fine. Have you read Medical Apartheid by Harry Day Washington? Have you read Medical Mafia? Have you read about AIDS, The Untold Story? Have you read Genetic Engineering by May Wan Ho? See, once you start bringing out the scholarship, that shuts everything down. Love you, Uncle Tony, but you're going to have to hold that L. So go back over there and have a seat with your third wife, and you could tell her, regale her with these tales of how cool you were in the 80s when you came in the bar smelling like Dracar Lockerfield, and you had a Buick Century, and you were blasting, your catalog that included Confunction and Tears for Fears. Go back over there. Okay, you ran into incoming traffic. Now you got to hold this L. That's how you deal with that. You present scholarship, not opinions, that 9 out of 10 they either got from Sean Hannity or someone like Don Lemon. That don't work for me. Go back over there. Go There you go. Go back over there. And you have to make them credible. You have to say, oh, okay, remember you were the same one pushing masks. And anyone who has dealt with chemicals or worked in pest control, a mask cannot protect you from a virus. Common sense is still going to get to your skin and your eyeballs. Anyone with half a brain cell will tell you that. And then I will save the best for last in case Uncle Tony wants to bring this out. Well, you talk about all these people and like who? Like Peter Duesberg, Carrie Mullis, and Dr. Judy Mikovits as a president. Oh, well, she hasn't worked in 10 years. Okay, you ain't worked in 10 years, Uncle Tony. What's your point? So sometimes with people having held a so-called prestigious position, that's because they get blacklisted. People get blacklisted all the time. Anyone, let's say you're going to college or university, fall out with the wrong professors and you develop a reputation. That 4 years it took you to get your undergraduate degree just done turned into 6. And don't be trying to get a PhD and you fall out with that board because they're going to reward you with a double master's. And I had to save the best for last. Reverend Porkchop. Now, you didn't think Mentor was really going to forget about you. You ain't getting no light either. So come on, you got to get this too. So when people say, well, the pastor said, this is the end of days. He's 503c based. So even if he wanted to say something contrary to the narrative, he can't, or they'll snatch that funding that he so or she so covered so badly. So when pastors say, oh, this is the end of the days. Oh, really? Wow, that's original. How many times he done beat that drum? He was saying this was the end of days, I don't know, in 1999 with Y2K. So same thing with that. They're not going to be forthcoming. So never, ever, when a mouth breather challenges you, don't never give them no light. You jump on them and you maul them. You stay on them every chance you get to teach them a lesson. And I'm sorry if Uncle Tony get mad and get in his feelings, or your sanctified Aunt Gloria, or your mother. No, don't give them no room. Even some of these celebrities, like when Whoopi Goldberg, oh, if you haven't got the vaccine, you can't come around me and my grandchildren. First of all, you are intellectually dishonest and you are a gremlin. Shut your face. So again, family, you have a right to pursue your journey unabated from a mouth-breathing troglodyte. So when they want to start up, return and match that energy and make them accountable. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.